What is going on, everybody? It's Monday, and welcome to another episode of the Wrestling Junkies Podcast. I'm Mr. Cincinnati, and that's the podcast dad. Choops, how you doing? I feel like I have not talked to you in a month of Sundays.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Busy weekend I think for both of us. Just had a lot going on. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Yes,
especially you, the podcast mom. We acknowledge you. Also to your mother, happy Mother's Day out there. And it was just a busy weekend, and we're here to talk some wrestling. You're gonna get your plugs in and get that stuff out of the way. But it's good to be talking to you again, my friend.
Yeah, before we get into the plugs, I know I asked off air, but for our audience that's watching, how did you acknowledge the podcast mother this weekend?
So we went to brunch. That was fun. Took her to a nice dinner, and she gets a nice little spa day, courtesy of the podcast dad. I don't know what spa day is good, so I told her to pick a package, and podcast dad will lay down that hard-earned money to pay for that. So
there you go. I mean,
but we already paid for SummerSlam tickets.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So we're on a little bit of a budget.
Yeah, you are having her accompany you to SummerSlam on her birthday. So
she had the choice.
She did, but I mean, it's a milestone birthday. Were you really gonna come on?
It's a milestone SummerSlam.
All right. It's a good thing she doesn't watch this show as frequently.
Sometimes. Not if you don't tell her to watch.
That's fair. I mean, you should be telling her to watch. I mean, again, just
Well, from the pecking rankings for me, for the kids, it's this show and the Wiggles. I mean, the Wiggles always usually win. T-minus 10 days until my children's birthday too, so I'm in full party planning mode. I don't know if you want to come to a kid's birthday party, but you're invited if you want to come.
Oh, I appreciate that. All right. Okay. Good to know. But I'm sure I can find some Tiny Wrestling t-shirts by then.
I found a few.
Good for you. All right. Let's get into it. As always, support the Wrestling Junkies merch store. You see these mugs all the time. If you like coffee, tea, or in my case, water with a little bit of lime in it, this is the perfect drinking vessel for it. Get a t-shirt, get a beanie, not a hat, because we don't have those yet, or else you'd be wearing one. Support independent wrestling. That's one of our favorite new designs we got on there, and a couple more in the works. And this is not a drill. The king is in the house. All hail King Chris, who also will be joining us next week for our King and Queen of the Ring prediction show. You heard it here first.
Nice better
surprise. Yes.
Who better?
There's
royalty knows royalty.
Right? We are the kings.
Well, he's the
king. He's the one.
We're not kings. We're junkies.
We're pretty badass though.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
A couple of great interviews dropping this week as well. I think that's really all we got in the way of major announcements. Is there anything that I am missing, sir?
I don't think so. Major wise, no, I don't think so. SummerSlam, SCI, that's coming up. We're excited for that.
Yes.
Get a couple months away, but we're excited.
Yeah, we're going to be there. We've got friends that are going to be there. It's going to be a good time. So, join us. Come hang out.
Just watch some wrestling. Have some fun.
Yeah.
That's what we're here to do. Just have fun with wrestling. Now, I'm going to talk about something I did not have fun with wrestling.
I would like to hear this. I wanted to wait until we were live to get, I know you've got something to say, and I can tell.
I do.
So
I do.
The floor is yours.
WrestleMania weekend. Do you remember what I said about LA Knight? And how people were upset that he wasn't getting the push that everybody wanted.
Yeah, they should be upset because marquee match with AJ Styles.
Yep. And he won. He won that match.
Yeah.
Wasn't on Backlash.
No,
and his King of the Ring tournament was on a house show. I'm a little disappointed with what we're seing at the moment. I just, for me.
Wait. Hold on a second. I don't like how he said that there.
What do you mean?
He's saying hi. I guess. I mean, what? I think we're pretty cool.
Well, no, he's saying I guess to you. I was the one that joined the OTM podcast, by the way. So we had a great time too. We were gonna go 40 minutes and end up going about an hour 5.
Kind for you guys.
You are still the champion for now, but as the good doctor says, watch your back. However, LA Knight, I feel like he would have benefited so much if he would have been drafted to Raw. Because he's not going to face Cody for the title.
Yeah.
As long as Cody has that title, he will not be facing Cody Rhodes. Hell, even Logan Paul kind of feels above him right now with the direction Logan's going. I feel like he would have been better utilized on Raw to go after a Damian Priest right now. Like, I feel like that would have been a better program. I was excited after the AJ Styles match because I thought, okay, we're getting behind LA Knight. Got a big win at WrestleMania. Winning against AJ Styles at WrestleMania is nothing to sneeze at.
No, not at all.
But
especially because we don't have a whole lot of them left.
No, but we always talk about the follow-up. The follow-up has been terrible. Like, I'm going to be honest. The follow-up has not been good. And do we think he's going to beat Tama Tonga?
Hell no.
Maybe.
No.
Maybe.
I'm not predicting that at all.
But you're leaning no. Like, I'm going maybe, and you're leaning no. So, he's not going to win King of the Ring. We know that. Are they saving this kind of delayed push for Money in the Bank? Like, is he going to win Money in the Bank?
I mean, this isn't the first time that we've seen somebody kind of on a losing streak that ends up with an accolade like that. I mean, was kind of though. Well, okay, or at least not being featured.
Yeah.
Okay, the absence. I mean, it's kind of a trending downward issue right now, but I'm still not hitting the panic button just yet. I think I've got a little bit more disco than you do, as vis-a-vis the panic, but Money in the Bank is right around the corner. I think that he is the favorite to win the Money in the Bank tournament. Gunther's very clearly going to win King of the Ring. I just don't see how I don't see anybody else that it could be. I think in this case,
for Money in the Bank,
or no, for King of the Ring.
King of the Ring, yeah, no.
Yeah. I mean, it has to be because, especially if there is, the stakes that we are hoping that there will be as far as a world title match, at some point, hopefully in Cleveland. I think that's kind of how they get Gunther there. But Money in the Bank, I mean, LA Knight's got to be the heavy favorite at this point in time right now, I think.
You think he's the heavy favorite?
Yeah.
I don't know heavy favorite.
Okay.
Because I think you can throw Logan Paul in there.
Not gonna.
I think you have to.
Do I?
He was in it last year. I mean, you got to throw an Ilya Dragunov could be in there. Braun Breaker. I mean, they got a lot of young Mello. They have a lot of young talent on the way up that I'm worried like LA Knight might get pushed to the side. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I kind of want Mello to be Money in the Bank. Because Mello is money.
He is money. I just think that, yes, there is this new influx of talent coming up, but this is kind of the now or never for LA Knight. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of why I think if this is a very small window, then we gotta go ahead and, or at least I'm gonna consider him the heavy favorite. On the women's side, Mr. OTM has a couple of predictions for Miss Money in the Bank, Tiffany or Dakota Kai. I think both are.
Tiffany's a slam dunk. Yeah, Tiffany's a slam dunk.
Yeah, I mean, it's only a matter of time. Like, especially depending on how close Charlotte Flair is to returning. I think that there's another one you can build to, especially if Tiffany does take a title this year.
I could see Jade doing it too.
Okay, even with the tag team title, run with Bianca. They're not mutually exclusive. Sure.
I mean, they're in the Queen of the Ring tournament on the same bracket. So I did notice that on SmackDown after Jade won, Bianca came out, but it wasn't kind of pumped up. It was just kind of like, okay, we're on the same side of the bracket, and are we gonna meet, kind of thing. This tag team might be done sooner than we think. I think I
just think that's really weird too. Like this, like when are you gonna have a team like that ever again?
Well, that's the problem, is they don't have any teams to begin with. That's the problem. It's like you can sit there and have a lengthy title run, but you don't have any teams. That's the problem with these titles.
I'm trying my best here to make chicken shit out of chicken salad. All right.
I know.
Or
Why would you make chicken shit
yeah.
out of your chicken salad?
That was.
It's gross. It's gross. It's gross.
Jesus, it's
no. I think they're on a collision course for SummerSlam. I think you do it that soon.
Who do you want Bianca as heel in that role?
I think either one would excel. I think Bianca, because maybe it's time to see what she can do as a heel, as like a top star. But I mean, Jade is a heel too. We've seen that, and we know how good she is.
Yeah, because I mean, I again with Bianca, I loved the fact that they're kind of slotting her in this tag team role right now because she was at the forefront of everything Damage Control for the better part of a year. That I am not necessarily ready to see her back in the singles ranks just yet, because it's kind of a let's see what else we have on this roster here as far as potential main eventers here. That we know that her place is cemented at that on that spot in the card, but I was thinking the step aside a little bit would be good for crowd reaction and just kind of general reception to her.
Becky Lynch says, "Hold my Wrestling Junkies mug."
I mean, contract expires in 3 weeks.
Oh, she's gonna resign. Her husband already resigned. Come on.
Can't I just make a point and just leave it at that? I'm not saying that there's. I'm not saying that there's
anywhere.
Did I say that?
She's not going anywhere.
Did I say that?
And if you do think she's going anywhere, you haven't been watching wrestling. Yeah. Sorry, reading the comment here.
Yeah, no, fine.
Yeah, it depends on how they play it out. WWE's good at making you hate whoever that heel is, but on the flip side, yes, Bianca's been there for a very long time, and Bianca's been that person for a very, very long time. So
yeah,
it might be easier to turn Jade heel as the outsider, and I don't know. I just think it's going to happen sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I mean, and I think for me, it's if the heel's going to do the heavy lifting in a story, it probably should be Bianca. If this is going to be Jade's first major singles feud, as in WWE, that would be the one thing that I'm worried about is if she is a heel, will she be able to carry that against Bianca? Especially on the microphone.
So another thing I want to talk about with this tournament,
sure,
all these injuries. What's happening?
This tournament is snake bit, my dude.
What, Lashley, Drew, Zelina Vega, Asuka, like what? Did they not know?
Yeah.
Or like, why are you advertising it if you knew this? I don't like the Zelina Vega one kind of came out of nowhere.
Because of those 4 magic words.
What's that?
Cards subject to change.
Yeah, I think they want to do good by the King of the Ring tournament, and they want to make sure that this feels important. Same thing with the Queen of the Ring, but when you change the people around and you move the bracket so much, it's just kind of like, ugh.
Yeah.
Kind of put sour taste in your mouth.
I mean, I agree with you, but I mean, at the same time, the last time that there was this tournament, this show altogether was scrapped. So I could see them wanting to avoid history repeating itself in that context,
Yeah. Like you said, as long as there is something at the end of this rainbow as long as there's that pot of gold where you get a title shot, I'm okay. There needs to be stakes to this tournament. I don't want a queen gimmick. I don't want a king gimmick. Make it mean something, like when Brock Lesnar won it.
Or just make it mean the winner's a damn good wrestler.
Yeah. Like you can have the king robe or whatever for that night, but then go back to the original gimmick and do whatever you need to do.
Yeah, I would say hell, even for because you have to think that one is going to be a SmackDown winner, the other is going to be a Raw winner. I think that they're just going to split both shows. At least that's my guess. I would be fine with that week after because they'll probably do some sort of coronation segment for each one. But then after that, then we just get back to business.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, Cody Rhodes and Logan Paul.
It's not too early for this match for me. I don't need the title versus title.
It just tells me it's going to end in a DQ. Right?
Probably. I mean, I don't necessarily want to see Logan Paul lose the U.S. title anytime soon. Never thought I'd say that. And I really don't want Cody Rhodes to be a double champion right now.
What was that? Hold on.
You heard me.
Hold on.
You heard
Hold
me.
on. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Rewind the tape. What was that last thing you just said about Logan Paul?
I think you heard what I said.
No, I didn't. The AirPods went out. What was that about Logan Paul?
It's okay. That's all right. You'll have to watch the replay after this, okay?
That's fine. That's fine. I will.
Yeah.
But I just want to make sure that the audience heard as well.
Subscribe.
I'll do all that.
They definitely heard.
Did you just say that Logan Paul is a good United States champion?
I said I'm not ready for him to lose the title yet.
It's because there's only one king, and that's you, Chris.
Good answer. Oh, you're so smart.
So has he brought prestige back to that title? Feels like a big deal.
I think that prestige is a very loaded word.
God, give me a lawyer answer without giving me a lawyer answer. Jesus. Don't you just slap around your law degree on me? Answer the damn question.
I did answer.
Yes or no?
Prestige is indeed a loaded word, but the title has felt more meaningful than it has in a while.
Thank you. Just admit that I'm right again. Go ahead.
Yeah, Logan. No, I'm not going to do that. Bite me. Yeah, Logan has only defended it twice since winning last year. This is true.
John Moxley is the longest reigning United States champion of all time and defended it 4 times.
There is that. What was I going to say?
I just pulled some knowledge out and dropped it on you. Now you're
no, I lost my train of thought there. But anyway,
just admit it.
Yeah, he's a lot better in the ring than I anticipated that he would be. He's taken it much more seriously than I thought that he would. But as far as, okay, here's what I was going to say. As far as the restoring the luster to this title, it's because he's got the social media following. He's taking the belt everywhere. He's doing wild stuff with it. He's tried to pawn the belt. He's doing the belt swap with the Super Bowl ring swap with that douchebag in Kansas City, Go Burrow. It's working. Whatever. Bengals, Eagles this year.
I know. We'll be there.
We going?
King Chris, why don't you come down to Cincinnati? Help me out.
Oh, yeah, you should.
Come down to that dump of a stadium they call football.
They call it Paycor Stadium. I almost call it Paul Brown. Well, because it's always going to be Paul Brown to me, damn it.
Yeah, well, it's not always going to be a dump to me. But I just like the aspect of the title versus title part of this. It just kind of screams like this is going to be a smosh finish. Like it's not going to be a clean finish because there is no way in hell Logan Paul is going to take the title off Cody Rhodes. There's no way. No,
absolutely not.
And do we really need that dual champion with Cody right now?
No. That's what I say. I don't want to see. I don't want to see either one. I don't want to see Logan lose that title. I don't want to see Cody as a double champion. It's just adding. It's adding a little bit more to such a simplistic story of just being able to win that first world title, and he doesn't need to double belt it. And Chris, I would prefer it if you would not use this particular language on our live stream.
Oh man, that's a good name for it.
That's pretty damn savage.
That is. That's a good one.
That's pretty savage. That's a good
fine. I'm a fan of that. That might be our new shirt. So something that Kyle and I did on the OTM podcast is we kind of went through the SmackDown roster because there kind of feels like a lack of challengers for Cody. So kind of running through it real quick, AJ Styles.
Mm-hmm.
I would have been fine if they would have run it back with AJ. Like I don't understand why they didn't. Especially if AJ is going to lose in the first round of the tournament, like why even put him in the damn tournament? Why not have him challenge for the title again? And Andrade, like I feel like that could be a fun program.
Yeah.
Then you kind of scroll down this list. Bobby Lashley hurt. And do we really think Bobby Lashley's going to take the title off Cody?
No.
Carmelo Hayes, but I think that might be too soon, and we just saw them wrestle.
Yeah.
Keep going down the list. Kevin Owens, but you're going to have a heel Kevin Owens.
First, yeah.
LA Knight, who's not turning heel. Logan Paul.
Yeah.
Randy Orton. I think Randy Orton is eventually going to get there.
Yeah, I would rather the slow burn turn for Randy with that, because I mean, yeah, the history is there. It doesn't. Oh, yeah. It's not going to take a whole lot to get them into a program. It's just not.
No. I could see that being SummerSlam. I really could.
Yeah, I mean, okay. So how do you extract Randy from that bloodline story?
I think you just turn him heel. I think it's that simple. Never trust a Viper. He turns on whoever he's tagging with. Maybe that's a match with Cody Rhodes, and then he turns. Yeah. You can turn Randy heel like that because of that history.
Now that you say that, that is something that would be really, really fun to watch Kevin Owens and Randy start to do with each other. Is starting to sow the seeds of mistrust, and then you see one go for the stunner, or one try to go for that RKO, and kind of find themselves in that who's gonna blink first.
And Randy always has that. Like, he has that history of you just don't trust Randy Orton, and when you do, it's usually too late. Santos Escobar, maybe Shinsuke.
Not in 2024.
We just saw a feud with Shinsuke. I don't want to see that. And Shinsuke's nowhere.
And that one wasn't great.
And he's nowhere near where he needs to be to even be a credible challenger. Solo, I think it's too soon.
Yeah.
That's it. There's not a ton of challengers for Cody right now.
Yeah, and I mean, that also kind of goes along with reports we've read that, there really is no major long-term plan for Cody other than he is our champion. And I think it's them trying to create the opposite of what they had with Roman, as far as having a fighting champion every pay-per-view. Everywhere he can take the belt, he's going to. But at that rate, they are going to run out of challengers. I agree.
So a question that I have posed for you, I think it still is a thing, by the way. I think LA Knight and Tama Tonga are going to have their second round match. I think that's how you get ultimately a 6-man with the Bloodline, LA Knight, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton. Because I don't think we see LA Knight, Randy Orton, or Kevin Owens doing anything substantial in the coming months, I would say. Like, that one feels like a Money in the Bank kind of match, like a 6-man or something like that. So my question that I posed for you is, should they have split the world title? Especially if they were going to give it to Cody at Mania. Like, I feel like Cody would have been a guy to go to both brands.
He could have been. I definitely think that he could have been. Last year was really, really long with Roman as champion, that if there were no other world title, one, I wouldn't have another piece of decor in my home, and two, I think yes, we saw Roman kind of going from show to show, but he really wasn't doing a whole lot to create opportunities for Raw superstars with that title. And that's what I think. I mean, it was a long time to get through with just one world champion. That, if you're going to make the decision, you got to commit to it. And now, yeah, I think we are seeing kind of the results of fallout, for lack of a better word, of having Roman as champion for long as they did, is because he just ran through everybody. Yeah. And now it was because we knew that Roman was going to go over for the foreseeable future, that there really wasn't a whole lot of work to build somebody that creates even the perception that they could beat Roman. And that's that is some of kind of the side effect of having a reign of that length, I think.
But I could say the same thing about Cody Rhodes. Is there anybody on SmackDown that you could see beating him right now?
Not without a lot of work. Solo.
It won't be Solo.
I'm just saying, if I had to rattle off a list of, I mean, all of the odds of these people that I'm saying are slim, but it's kind of who has the best of those slim odds to do it.
Yeah.
AJ Styles, you could have seen.
No,
I don't think Bob. I'm just saying, as far as somebody that has that the name value and his place on the card,
okay,
that would be the most believable of a lot of the names that we've mentioned as far as looking at the roster right now. I think is the way to put it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if like Randy maybe took it off of him. Maybe they give Randy one more run as the champion.
Yeah.
Whoever, I mean, who knows how long Randy has left, but I can imagine him going, having a feud with Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, Seth Rollins again, like a Damian Priest, a Finn Balor. Like there's so many other people that now that I'm looking at this draft and how the rosters are set, like I'm kind of like, kind of how you felt. Like, man, I wish there was a little bit more movement because it doesn't feel like Cody has that.
Okay.
This doesn't feel like Cody has that many challengers. And like if he's going to be a fighting champion and wrestles every month, he's going to run out of challengers very quickly.
Yeah, and as much as I love Cody Rhodes, let's also look at, when we're looking at believability to defeat somebody, Roman had a 4-year win streak that was built up. Cody, yes, he has gotten the monster push, but he hasn't been quite presented as superhuman as Roman Reigns has been for the better part of 4 years. Like Roman felt like a final boss. Cody Rhodes does not feel like that yet.
No, but he still feels unbeatable.
I wouldn't say it's as ironclad as what we saw with Roman Reigns.
Okay, fair.
I think that, if you see a match, he's still the overwhelming favorite, but I'm not necessarily looking at something and being like, oh, well, I mean, there's no way. Like, I'm not saying that there's no way, whereas opposed to that's what we've seen with Roman is like, there's absolutely no way that Sami Zayn was going to beat Roman Reigns in Montreal. There was no way that Kevin Owens was going to beat Sami Zayn. The list went on and on and on and on. It just, they don't feel the same. So while yes, Cody is the guy, it's, think about that, think about Edge's run with the Money in the Bank briefcase. Do we really think that he was going to take the title off of Cena in that 3-week span there? I mean, it's just that I think that Cody is with the right opponent. I think that it is believable that he could be beat. I don't think that Logan Paul's that guy though. No,
I just don't want to get to like the October pay-per-view and it's Baron Corbin. Like then we're kind of back to a horrible booking with a world title. We talked about it on OTM. I don't see the next 9 months lined up, kind of like the Bloodline storyline was.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
That's fair. Yeah, let's switch over to AEW real quick. I know that we're getting close.
We're gonna give a minute to AEW. Good job, guys.
I'm not gonna give. We're gonna talk a little bit. We've got some time. Okay. Adam Copeland, Kyle O'Reilly absolutely tore the house down. I don't think that anybody was really surprised that was going to be the case. O'Reilly deserves the entire world after everything that he's been through to try to get back into the ring, and this felt like they were both back. I think that the sky's the limit with O'Reilly here. I would like to see there. Yeah, he's a damn good wrestler. What he ends up doing with Undisputed Kingdom remains to be seen, but that group needs some star power like yesterday.
They need something.
Yeah. It doesn't have the same bite that it did through,
ever.
Yeah.
Ever? Don't tell me it had bite. It never had bite.
I'm trying here, okay? That's all.
Never had bite.
Never. But Will Ospreay and Lee Moriarty also put on a hell of a match. Roddy on commentary for that. I think it's safe to say that Roddy loses at Double or Nothing, right?
Yeah.
It's just,
Which I don't mind because that keeps Will Ospreay away from Swerve.
And Ospreay will elevate that international championship.
Roddy's doing an okay job with it.
But again, who would you rather have as your international champion? Roddy, who's doing okay with it, or the best wrestler on the planet right now?
Well, it depends on where do you see that title in the pecking order. Is that the number 2 title in the company?
Ospreay will make it the number 2.
Okay. Because, I mean, right now, between Christian and Copeland, the TNT title is the number 2 company, or number 2 title in the company.
It does finally feel that way. I think that with Will Ospreay, I think that there will be a shift in that.
Okay. I mean, and remember, Okada has a title. We forgot about that, didn't we?
Still the new kid on the block, all right, and it's fine.
The new kid on the block is Okada.
The Continental Championship is the new kid on the block, not Okada.
Right.
Not Okada. Right. I can see how, I can see how that,
We also got an announcement on Rampage.
I did not watch Rampage.
Adam Copeland challenged Malachi Black to a barbed wire steel cage match at Double or Nothing. Okay.
I would like to see it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. I'm in.
Yeah. And Kyle, no one cares that Chris Jericho has a title, let's be honest.
Oh yeah, the learning tree.
God.
No. The gimmick's growing on me.
No.
The gimmick is growing on me. I love that he's leaning so far into it. I really do. I really, really do. Because now it feels like, because Jericho was trying to be the good guy and have fun and go to this. Now he's like, all right, you guys want to hate me? Well, I'm just going to lean in so hard and make you guys hate me. I love it.
Whatever.
Okada is defending his title, by the way, on Wednesday against Dax Hardwood.
I like Hardwood singles matches.
Yeah,
that'd be a fun one. Yeah. They're better than fine usually.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's okay. I don't know if I would do this, especially with them getting ready to do Anarchy in the arena, but we'll see what happens. I would more likely just build everybody up and we'll have that ultimate blow off. Danielson wrestled too on Saturday.
Yeah, he and Claudio killed it against Stoplight.
Yeah, I saw a post on Reddit too where it was like Ospreay not wanting to use the Tiger Driver 99 because it hurt Bryan, but then Danielson coming out and wrestling 15 minutes and everything's fine. Like 2 weeks later, kind of makes that story feel a little weird.
Sure.
Like that doesn't seem like, why would he be afraid to use it if it clearly didn't have that effect on Danielson that we thought it had? I don't know.
We got to stop using the L word on this. Yeah.
Yeah. Logic. Like that's me. I kind of agree with that post. It's like, yeah, why would you now be afraid to use the move that almost hurt somebody but didn't hurt somebody? Like you should be fine. Use it. And maybe that's something that costs him moving forward.
Yeah, maybe it's something psychological. I mean, think after an injury or a mishap, like they can kind of rattle somebody for a little while. It's
all right. And they're just running the Ridge Holland storyline. It's fine.
We were doing so well.
Sean Spears.
I like Ridge Holland, but I don't get this.
I don't understand it.
No, it's fine though. Here's a question from Mr. OTM. Will Danielson ever win a title in AEW? Yes or no? I'm still gonna say yes.
No.
Okay.
I think he's gonna do the Tommy Dreamer and just not want to win the title unless he absolutely has to. Because I don't think he needs it. I don't think he ever needs to win a title.
He doesn't. I'm selfish and want one more last Bryan Danielson world title win. Now that could very well. I could also see it being a Sting kind of farewell too. That's just me. But I don't think it's a no. I'm going to say yes.
I think he would refuse it. Go like, no, I don't need it. Like, I think he's that kind of person that goes, I don't need it. I just don't want it. And, have that opposite effect of a typical wrestler. He just seems like he's that kind of guy.
I know, but for the purposes of answering this question, I'm going to say yes.
For you, yes. You're answering with your heart. I'm answering with my head.
So,
And just laying out the facts.
Anything else on AEW? We did about 7 minutes almost.
Yeah, people are gonna hate us. It's fine.
What's the hate? It's not on purpose. Yeah, no.
No, it's fine. Let's see, real quick. What do we have for Raw? While you vamp.
As always, make sure to hit that QR code in the top left corner. Like, share, subscribe, turn on those notifications. Share this podcast with one person, maybe two, if you're feeling fun. There you go. Make sure to support our merch store as well. Mugs, t-shirts, beanies, not hats.
Not hats. That's gonna be a shirt at this point. Not hats. Hat, no hat. So we have Jey Uso and Ilya Dragunov in a match tonight. Jey Uso is going to win.
Is he?
Yes.
Is he?
Becky Lynch will take on Dakota Kai. Kofi Kingston beat Ray over the weekend, so he will take on Gunther.
Told you.
Which plays into the Woods storyline. So
yes.
Shayna Baszler and Io Sky. I think we all think Io Sky is going to win. And then Lyra and Zoe Stark.
Lyra.
I would hope so.
I would hope so. Gotta have faith.
I would definitely hope so. Yeah, I mean, Raw. Excuse me. Yes, the internet will not melt down as soon as Jey Uso beats Ilya Dragunov. But I don't think they're going to do Gunther Ilya this early. That's a big time money match.
But I want it.
I know you do, but they're pushing Jey Uso right now.
I know.
Oh, are you?
It's just again.
No,
I just really, really want. I'm still Team Yeet. I just really, really want Gunther Ilya, and I don't know how patient I can be for this match.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait. Sorry, bud. Sorry.
I don't want to. Dakota versus Becky is happening. Wonder if this is the next feud. I'd be fine with this. Especially if this is just a build to next weekend for a Saudi show, and then you just work on your. I mean, this kind of feels like the just kind of the bridge between spring and summer shows. That's usually kind of what I look at these Saudi events as.
Long term it's live. So
yeah. So I think that'd be fine for just kind of a one-off for Becky, because again, she wasn't supposed to be in this position anyway. So
she's only got 3 weeks on her contract.
Yeah,
she's gonna resign.
I know that.
A very large contract too.
Yeah, stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks on stacks.
Her and Monet.
82 days until SummerSlam.
Oh man, 82 days. Wow.
Yep. Main event crew. Yep. Anything else?
I'm good, man.
Cool. Thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We will be back tomorrow night. We'll be breaking down Monday Night Raw. We'll preview NXT. Just be cool on the internet, okay?
Please. Don't be a creep.
We don't need any more of it.
Don't be a creep. Just stop.
Yeah.
Just be fun. Wrestling's fun.
Yeah. Well said.
Go
for the
Jungle
podcast,
Boy.
Adam. Oh, sorry. Anyway, we'll see you guys tomorrow night.